Welcome to the training video for ILOG LogicNet Plus XE, IBM's supply chain network optimization tool. This tutorial will provide an introduction to the basic modeling features of LogicNet Plus. Introduction to the application. In this section, we will learn to create a new model and open an existing model. Creating a new model. To begin, double-click on the LogicNet Plus icon on the desktop and the software will open. The Start screen shows recent projects as well as gives the option to open existing or create a new project. A new project can also be created by clicking on the LNP icon on the top left portion of your screen and selecting New Project. Before we go further, you must save the model. In doing so, the key thing to remember is that you must save the model in a folder dedicated only for this project. When a new LNP project is saved, the software automatically creates multiple default files with generic names, and you don't want these default files for more than one model to be saved within the same folder. Now that the new project is saved, it's time to start building the model. Opening an existing model. Similar to creating a project, you can open an existing project by selecting the Open Project option on the Start screen, or by using the drop-down menu in the top left and selecting Open Project. In order to open a project, you must select the corresponding .ilnp file. You can also open an existing project by selecting the .ilnp file directly from the folder in which it is located. This section will explore the interface of LogicNet Plus. General layout. This is the default view of the interface when you open a project. The large window on your right shows the mapping section. In the top left is the Scenario Manager, while below this is the navigation tree. Across the top are multiple toolbars, including the Data toolbar, Optimization tab, View tab, Solution tab, and the Help toolbar as well. We will take a closer look at each of these sections further on in the video. Data forms. To learn a little more about data forms and how they work, let's look at a model whose data forms have already been completed. The various data forms can be accessed primarily through the navigation tree in the bottom left, as well as the data toolbar across the top. Let's look at the customer demand form to see the various fields and features these forms have. Data can be sorted by multiple fields. For example, in this case, customer ID ascending and then time period ID ascending. You can also use the filter feature to filter the data by multiple criteria. In this case, we will see only the data where customer ID equals 2. The Advanced feature allows you to import data directly from Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Access. Additionally, you can export these records to those same programs. One of the most effective ways to manipulate the data within your data forms is using the Excel button in the top left. This allows you to quickly edit the data, save the Excel spreadsheet, and immediately import it back into LogicNet Plus. For example, if you wanted to change the demand of the first field to 32,006, You can quickly type this in an Excel, save the Excel spreadsheet, close it, and import it back into LogicNet Plus. One important functionality within the site forms is the ability to geocode the site locations. If you put in the address for the location, one cool thing that LNP does is geocode the location and give the longitude and latitude so that they can be placed on the map. Scenario Manager. The Scenario Manager lets you manipulate entire scenarios. You can copy a scenario if you want to make slight changes to an already existing set of data, as well as create a new scenario by using the drop-down menu in the top left. Scenarios can also be assigned to a category to improve organization and, as we will see later, to help with batch running multiple scenarios. Importing data. As we saw previously, you can either click Excel and build the data, or you can click Advanced and import Microsoft Access or Microsoft Excel data that's already been formatted. In this case, we are importing the warehouse Excel file that will be the warehouse details data form within LNP. LNP will then ask for the appropriate table within the Excel file. Here you can see that our Excel file has already been formatted so that the column headings will then match the different fields within LNP. Verify that the fields do match, and then proceed with your import. LogicNet Plus will import the data. Make sure that these are the records you want to update, and then have a successful import. Mapping. So here in the mapping section, you can see the various sites and their locations, as well as zoom in and out. Along the top of the map, there are other various options. You can zoom in and out, toggle the solution on and off, take a snapshot, print the map, and other various more advanced functionalities. The map setting toolbar is not automatically pinned, but it can be pinned like this. Within the map setting toolbar, you can change the look of your map, the different color schemes, as well as adjust the sizes, shapes, and colors that denote the different sites in your network. Here we play with the different sizes and shapes and colors regarding your warehouses, your customers, and your plants. Customers can also be sized regarding the amount of demand required to satisfy that customer location. This section will discuss the data required to run a network optimization. The minimum data required for a model to run includes one product, one plant, one customer, one carrier, and one plant-to-customer lane. Additional simple model add-ons normally include multiples of these sites and products, in addition to warehouses, more lanes, and slightly more complex carrier options. So as we just mentioned, to have the most basic of models, these are the data requirements in order for the optimization to run. The product, and its details, the plant and details including location, capacity, the customer has to have its location and the demand requirements for that customer. Additionally, you have to set up a carrier to move this product and related costs associated with this carrier. And finally, you have to set up an official lane from the plant to customer upon which this product can travel. Lane visualization. You can also choose lane visualization to get a visual representation of how products are flowing between sites. Although this is very simple, this is a good way to check and make sure your model is sound and correct as it gets more complex. In this section, we will learn how to run the optimization and explore the reports generated by the solution. Optimize toolbar and solution display. So now that we have our most basic model, it is time for us to run the optimization. In the Optimize toolbar, we will select parameters to then adjust the settings for the optimization. Here, our optimization objective is to minimize cost while we balance between feasibility and optimality. This will help the solver move faster. The optimization gap can be adjusted, and obviously the lower the percentage, the longer it will take for LNP to find the solution. We can now select Run Here, or at the green arrow, we can select Batch Run, or select the green arrow itself and run the optimization. Once the solver run is complete, we can then view the map and see our solution. Here, being a simple model, there's obviously just one lane from the plant to customer. In more complex models, this map will obviously look much more detailed. Summary report. When you run more complex models, this is an example of what your reports will look like. The summary report will give you a snapshot view of all the costs associated with your model output. You can also compare solutions to view the varying solution results for the different scenarios that you've run. The summary report will also give you a more detailed summary for each site type and product. Landed cost report. The landed cost report also has detailed landed cost information for each site type. It is important to note that when comparing different scenarios, while some customer costs go up and others go down, the entire solution optimization objective is to minimize total landed cost. Warehouse details report. The warehouse details report shows activity by product and time period when compared with previously viewed summary reports. Transportation report. The transportation report details each move made, total cost, cost per unit,
and other figures relating to transportation.
Batch export capability. Finally, it is important to mention the batch export capabilities to Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Access databases for all forms and reports. LogicNet Plus also has the capability to send custom reports to IBM's more advanced reporting software, Tableau. Thank you for watching this video. We hope that this tutorial is helpful in building your supply chain network optimization model.